She'll get a microphone to you. Any statement?
Well, I'm obviously very pleased, and I'm very happy for our guys, excited for our guys. Last Friday was a little bit humbling, and that's not to take anything away from Eastern, but I thought we did a tremendous job of preparing to win this week, and so that's why I'm really, really proud of our guys. Tijon Lucas was tremendous. Tijon set the tone the entire week. His leadership was phenomenal. His effort was tremendous. And then he picks up a couple early fouls, and you have no idea how happy I am for Trent, because I thought their ball pressure early in the ball game was phenomenal in terms of keeping them out of what they wanted to run. LeRon and Fank had one rebound in the first half between the two of them in the Eastern game. Tonight we had 11. Just different energy, different attitude, and so that was pleasant to see them respond. And then Mark Allstork did what Mark does, and he had a great week of practice. We all know that Mark has been a very capable scorer. What I'm really happy with was his rebounding and his passing. He's very, very unselfish. He's a tremendous shooter who just didn't have the ball going, and he had a huge night. And but we got out and ran early. Then I thought in the second half we did a pretty good job of just running half-court offense and taking what was there. So all in all, a good night, and I thought we did a great job of preparing to win, which is a big step for this team. And then we came out and didn't really have a let-up. We played for 40 minutes, and it was good to get some young guys minutes and get through that first game. Bit jitters, but you know, I will say this: we've got the best crowd in the country to have 14,000 there tonight, and our guys responded to that, and so a big thank you to them and our students. But quick turnaround, and we'll be in here again on Sunday.
Questions? Here, Jeremy.
Brad, I know this is hypothetical, but was that EIU game the best thing that could happen to your team, or how do you think they would have responded if they would have won that game?
Well, I don't think it was as much about who won or lost that game as it was playing it. Getting guys in a uniform in front of a crowd. And you're talking about a group of freshmen that hadn't done that. But look at Trent. You know, Trent couldn't even dribble in the Eastern game. He was so nervous and uptight, and yet that was a completely different guy tonight. And you know, Aaron Jordan, AJ was off the chart, and I'm really happy for him because that young man spends countless hours in the gym working on his game, and not just making shots, but his defensive rotations were tremendous. But the Eastern game needed to happen, so we could go feel that. We could go hear starting lineups announced, and then deal with adversity. So I'm really happy with how we bounced back.
Shannon?
Brad, you said earlier in the week that you'd be nervous before tonight's game. You came out pointing to the Orange Crush. You seemed to be kind of soaking it all in. What were your emotions before the game started as you were?
Well, I came over to the women's game at this afternoon, not just in support of Nancy, because I have a tremendous relationship with her and have a lot of respect for the job they do and want to support them, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I love the smell of an arena, the atmosphere of an arena, and just to kind of soak that in for a minute. You know, I have so much love for students and the support that they bring, because they bring the atmosphere, and I always want to thank them because they create that. And but yeah, I'll be honest, I was nervous. I was emotional, I guess, from the standpoint that I'm living how I dream, and you know, to do that, there's 14,000 show up tonight, pretty special, and and our guys played great and played hard. And so, yeah, it's all in all, it was a good night.
Right here, Jim.
Brad, you had 5 guys in double figures tonight and 3 more just on the outside. Just talk a little bit about the unselfishness of your team and just the ball control and passing to everybody.
I hope you get used to that. I truly hope that that's something that you see. I think that's the one thing that our offense can breed is unselfish basketball. I think you can see a lot of options. I think the one thing that was we got great shots, and yet we had a few opportunities to get a couple clean looks at threes, and we've got tremendous three-point shooters. I think at Vanderbilt we were 11 for 16 or something from the three, so whatever that, we're a good shooting team, and yet Fink misses a couple clean ones, and Trent Frazier's a dynamite shooter. So, but yeah, I hope you see that unselfishness, and I've led the country in assists before. I take a lot of pride in that, and our guys are slowly buying into that.
Doug?
Coach, you had 36 points in the paint, and you shot 37 free throws. You happy with the way they attacked the rim?
Absolutely. I'd always like to see more points in the paint, but I'm an old school guy. The closer you are to the basket, the better chance it has to go in. And then there's an aggression when you get the ball in the paint, and we talk about that a great deal. And I thought Mark Smith was tremendous at driving the ball into the paint. You saw his strength and his ability to finish, and Mark Allstor got it there. And you get teams in the bonus, and you get teams running, and get them backpedaling. You got a chance to get to the line a lot, and that's a big part of what we try to do.
Scott?
So when Finke gets that offensive rebound and put back with a dunk early in the game, did you maybe feel then that it might be a little different than last Friday?
I felt it yesterday. I knew it was going to be different yesterday, just the way we prepared to win. And we had a good week of practice. We pushed them. There's no question we pushed them this week in practice, but I think the one thing that, I don't know if that was my thought. When Finke got the rebound, I thought I think my actual thought was he got one more rebound and he got the whole half at Eastern. So, but Michael's a really good player, and we need him to be good, and his aggressiveness and the runs help set a tone.
Coach, after the Eastern game, you were talking about diving for loose balls, taking those charges. I guess, how do you think your team responded with those hustle plays today?
Well, I thought we were better. I thought our intent was better. I thought we were more mentally focused. Just baseline outs, side outs. We forced turnovers. We probably had a couple opportunities to take charges that we didn't. But again, it was a much better effort. Our positioning was much better, and we'll continue to improve in that area.
Paul?
Yeah. Kind of off the top from the game, but with signing day just passed, now you can officially comment about IO. I wanted to get your thoughts on whether that could really be a huge momentum changer in recruiting and just overall.
Yeah, we're excited about it. We've got a young man that was our top target. We've got a young man that is a guy that we've watched a great deal. I think he's a guy that fits exactly what we try to do. He's an elite player in the open court. He's a guy who can go get his own shot. And he's charismatic, and he's a terrific character person. He's got the desire to want to be great, and I appreciate that. So we'll think he'll fit in great, and I think he can be a guy that continues to help.
Do you think this could be the start to more inroads in Chicago recruiting?
I hope it's inroads to everybody, everywhere. Like I've said many times, if it's Chicago, it's Chicago. If it's not, we're going to go where the pieces fit and where the players are. And sure, we want to keep our best players here. We want to play it the way that we think is attractive. But tonight's step one of helping us get our swagger back a little bit.
Jeremy?
Brad, we've been asking about Matisse if he'd play, and he did. What went into that, and what did you see out of him and Ebo tonight?
Well, I saw a lot of Matisse that I hadn't seen in practice. And to give him a lot of credit, you saw a little bit of a skill set. The one thing that Matisse is Matisse is a terrific shooter. I can't get him shooting. And he turned down 2 or 3 shots. And if we lined everybody up and shot the basketball, he's going to be right there in terms of the top, in terms of the best shooters. Very smart. You saw him step right in the game, get a big rebound. His defensive rotations were right a couple times. I'm a big fan of his. Now, did he get a little bit sped up? Absolutely. Greg was very good. I think we saw glimpses of what Greg can do defensively, changing shots, rotating over. He's another one that had a very good week of practice in terms of rebounding the basketball. So I'm very high on those two. They're going to continue to grow and work and get better every single day.
Mark?
Brad, you got a real quick turnaround now. I assume Sunday you're looking for no slide back in terms of effort and the start of something consistent.
Well, we have the slang. It's in the tongue of our shoes, everyday guys. And today's about maturity. So is tomorrow. And there has to be a level of maturity in terms of how you handle yourself, how you take care of your body, and now your mental approach. And we've got a very good Tennessee Martin team coming in here that's going to present different challenges, and we've got to accept that. And tonight for the coaches about preparing for that, and along with our players, resting their bodies and getting ready to tackle the new task tomorrow.
Rob?
Back to Greg and Matisse. They had a little trouble running the point tonight, and you made some remark to Brian Barnhart and Deion Thomas that seemed to crack them up. I wonder if you could share it.
I don't remember what I said, actually, but I probably said something that I can't repeat in here. You know, Matisse is very skilled, and you know, I think he's been a guy that's played multiple perimeter positions, so he feels comfortable doing that. Again, that's an adjustment. We don't want Greg ever doing that. You know, I put as much responsibility on that as for a point guard as I do anybody else. But you'll see both of those guys improve, and I'm really excited about the upside that those guys have.
Kendrick?
Coach, I know it's early in the season, but how well are the guys picking up your system as far as running it and executing it the way you want it to be?
We're getting better every single week. And offensively, it's not easy. I'm not trying to tell anybody in here that it's easy to pick up. There's reads, there's counters. We didn't run any counters tonight to anything. We stayed very vanilla. But they're picking it up. They're getting better, and I think you're going to start to see versatility. The one thing maybe I hadn't planned a little bit tonight that we didn't see because of Tijon's foul trouble was putting Tijon in the pinch post and moving our bigs out on the court, so that changes a whole other dimension in front of the rim. But we're getting there. We're getting there, and it's we not even close to having everything in, but we're starting to add small pieces.
Coach, I saw Finke, Laron, Tijon even kind of coaching other guys. What kind of leadership did you see from your guys today?
Add Mark Allstor to that. How awesome was that? I mean, it's and I'll be guarded when I say this. That's awesome, but we need that. We have to have that. Those are veterans who played in college basketball games, who know what it takes. But it was easy tonight, and now we've got to get that when it's not always easy, and there's challenges and there's adversity, but it's a huge step tonight, and I'm very proud of them. Tijon's been unbelievable all week, and we've seen another Tijon than what we've seen previously, and to see those guys. You know, I remember the play Trent kind of went wildly in and Fink grabbed him and talked to him. That's a positive sign. And when we can get everybody on the same page and doing that, then we'll have something really special here.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
Thank you. See you on Sunday.